Is this milkshake really worth $12? Let's find out as we explore one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. The Upper East Side of New York City. It's home to the rich and famous like Lady Gaga, billionaire Mike Bloomberg.
I'm Mike Bloomberg and I approve this message.
Shark Barbara Corcoran.
You have every answer.
But Barbara, wait.
So now.
Okay, I'd like to hear some other offers from the other sharks. But first, I'd like to visit the late Anthony Bourdain's favorite place to eat in a few minutes.
I'm hungry.
In this video, we'll explore some museums, and more importantly, some of the legendary food establishments such as the Hotdog King, Pastrami Queen, Orwashers, and H&H Bagels. And we will start with the Lexington Candy Luncheonette in the Upper East Side of New York City to find out if that milkshake was worth it.
Try it.
Will my assessment be the same as John Travolta's reaction in Pulp Fiction to a $5 shake?
God damn, it's a pretty good milkshake.
I prefer a thicker milkshake, and the vanilla flavor was weakened by the ratio of milk to ice cream. We also ordered some omelets. They looked very basic and was on the smaller portion size as compared to other breakfast restaurants. Give me a minute as I gather my thoughts about the eggs. I did enjoy seeing the seeds on the rye bread, and those balls that lined the window casing was really cool. So I wanted to try that handmade cherry cola, but the fizz was on the flat side. And like the milkshake, the seltzer balance was slightly too much to enjoy this drink. I think you really come to Lexington Candy Shop for its history, nostalgia, which I do hope the tradition continues for another 100 years. Let's burn off that milkshake and soda. We've never explored this part of Manhattan. So we got a couple tickets to the Guggenheim Museum to check out this Frank Lloyd Wright designed building that opened in 1959. Inside the main gallery has a spiral-like floor that circles up 6 flights. You can actually continue to walk up to the 6th level without taking the stairs or elevator. The art pieces include several classics, but lean towards more contemporary art of New York City. After walking around looking at some fantastic art, I was getting hungry. Even though the museum had a small cafe with a selection of basic foods, I wanted to see what else the Upper East Side had to offer. As you walk outside the Guggenheim, right across 5th Avenue, you will see the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir as part of Central Park. A few blocks south, in front of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, you will find the Hotdog King, Dan Rossi. He's been featured on Netflix's Street Foods USA and more. He's over 70 years old and basically sleeps in the van right behind the cart 7 days a week, just so he doesn't lose that spot.
As soon as I feel myself nodding out, I just take the pillow, put it against the door, and fall asleep.
What would you like on it?
Mustard and onions, please.
There you go.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Being on
Which one?
being on the
Netflix.
Okay.
Too much?
It's gonna make me a movie star, yeah.
You can't beat a good hot dog with snap and some mustard and red onions. Really hits the spot. Not only it's a cheap eat at $4, you get to meet a great hardworking guy in Dan.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Don't talk with my mouth. We chose the next stop based on the late great Anthony Bourdain's Instagram post. It's about a 20-minute walk from his Carnegie Towers apartment on 94th heading towards a restaurant that he called home.
Let's face it, New York City is the best city in the world.
I love it here. It's a place I call home.
Irene says I look like a tourist with my camera out, while I illegally jaywalk in front of a traffic control officer. In 1956, it was located in Brooklyn and called the Pastrami King. Eventually, they relocated to the Upper East Side in 1998. The current owner, Barry Friedman, considers himself as one of the Picassos of pastrami, and his canvas is set in a tiny restaurant with 7 tables that seats 16 guests. While this restaurant has the staples of a Jewish kosher deli, we came here for the famous pastrami on Orwashers' famous rye, which we will visit next. Pastrami Queen uses a meat slicer, whereas Katz's hand slices their pastrami as their meat is so tender that it would not hold up to a meat slicer. Now, comparing my pastrami sandwich to James Andrews' pastrami sandwich when he did his review, mine does not look like his.
I love this sandwich.
And I am ready to taste if I concur with James's assessment. And unfortunately, pastrami was not as moist or as flavorful as Katz's. Let's try the pickles. I'll say this, it's nice and sour and crunchy. Since there's mustard on the table, I figured I should try the mustard. And I was disappointed that they had yellow mustard rather than the grain brown mustard. The mustard kicked it up just a little. The highlight of the lunch was Dr. Brown's cherry soda. Alright, let's head down to our next stop. I find it really cool that these mansions have become museums or other kinds of offices. The details on the facade are magnificent. It's really a beautiful day to walk in the city. Our next stop is a legendary bakery. Orwashers has been baking breads in its basement with a coal oven since 1916. As I mentioned before, their breads are the bookends of many sandwiches throughout the city. However, those are baked in a commercial-sized bakery in the Bronx. Just take a look at all the selection. However, we were recommended to get the chocolate-dipped raspberry roulac.
I don't even know how to say it. Yeah, you like it? I like it.
It's like a crispy croissant with a buttery pastry housing the perfectly balanced sweet and tart raspberry filling, and the chocolate had the right crack for the right mouthfeel texture with each bite. Now, let's go visit Kramer at H&H Bagels.
I'm back! Who are you? Cosmo Kramer? Toss me an apron. Let's bagel.
Like their slogan says, like no other bagel in the world.
Gotta get some bagels.
What do you think we should get? Which one do you want?
Oh, look at the scallion. It's not just like chopped up like. The scallion cream cheese has got to be the best I've ever had. Bagel's good, but definitely scallion cream cheese is the best.
No, look at it. The strands of scallion, usually it's like chopped up straight on.
I don't like it. Why? What are you doing? Give me more extra cream cheese there.
glad we stopped by there. It's really good. Too bad Zhang food cuisine, whatever. Zhang famous foods didn't have the A1 noodles. Now we got to enjoy this.
Let's bring back some bagels to the office.
Good morning, everybody. Who would like an authentic New York bagel?
Wow. H&H. You went all the way to New York City to get us bagels?
Actually, you can thank Noah Eats by hitting the like button. My favorite thing from today was meeting the Hotdog King and eating a great hot dog, the rugelach, and the cream cheese. The big disappointments were the milkshake and the pastrami.